these lessons on matter, and let me show you on the 88 website, okay? So that you become familiar with the materials also lah. Okay, so let's just go here. Do you happen to have this in front of you, this website in front of you?
But I'll open it.
Is it possible that you don't open it anymore lah, because I'm going to show it on here anyway.
Actually,
So,
I'm using a
what is that?
nothing.
Yes,
I'm
Mani?
saying I'm using an iPad.
Okay, you're using an iPad. Okay, not to worry. Not to worry. So I'm just going to show you. Okay, you can view this anytime, but I'm just going to show you where the materials are. Okay, so that you can know when you need to watch it again or listen to it again. It's all here. Okay, so for the lesson, for the teaching, right, we're going to P3, P4 science. Okay, and we are looking at this one, lesson 34, 3 states of matter. Okay, lesson 34, 3 states of matter, and let's look at the concepts first. Okay, the concepts are very important to learn first. Okay, before you try any questions, okay, you need to get the concepts right, and we're going to and also do some questions, okay, on the spot. Questions not from the materials that you got, but from the video itself. Okay, to learn the concepts first before we apply the concepts in all these questions that you have lah. Okay, so just look at the concepts part. Okay, like I'm just going to replay certain parts. Okay, I'm going to replay certain parts. Okay, let me just do screen share with sound. Okay, screen share with sound. Okay, let me just get it done. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to just get it up. Okay. Let me just go get the screen share with sound. Advanced sharing. Screen share with sound. Let me see. You can share, post only. Okay, that's all done. Screen sound. Okay, I'm going to play the video from selected parts of this website, and I'm going to pause at certain parts, and then I'm going to ask you questions, and I'm also going to ask you to write down some notes, okay, just to make sure that you remember these important points. Okay, just watch the video from the start. Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear the video? Okay.
Hi, it's another day in the office for me and another day in the classroom for you. It's an online classroom, right? Are you enjoying this? I hope you are and learning a lot of things. And if you have some feedback for me, you can always pop down to our Facebook website and leave me some comments. I can always read them and then improve on these lessons for you. Let me know what you like and what you don't like, okay? Great. So we have finished 2 parts of cycles, that is animals and plants. We have the last part of cycles remaining, and that will be on matter. Okay, so you can see from the slide that I'm going to erase the 2 that we have done, and we will be left with matter to do. Well, matter is a study of non-living things, right? Great. I want to start off this lesson with taking the most fundamental non-living thing there is around us all the time, and that's air. Okay, air.
All right, Mani. The first question that I need you to keep in mind as you watch the video is, what does matter mean? Okay, what does matter mean? So I'm just going to include in here. Okay, let me just put another slide. Insert slide, yeah. Let me just insert a new slide. Okay. Mani, I need you to write this down, Mani.
Okay, what is it?
Definition of matter. Okay, later on we're going to continue from here. Okay, definition of matter, write this down.
What does definition mean?
Definition, very good question. Thinking student, yeah. Definition or meaning. Meaning of matter. Okay, you got it?
Okay, now I
Okay.
know what point to keep in mind.
Okay, so the first thing that we have to know or learn is the definition of matter, which we are going to do so later on, okay, after we finish certain parts of the video, yeah? So let's just continue here.
Air is a non-living thing. It does not need food, water, and air to survive because it's air itself. It's just like water. Water is not a living thing, air is not a living thing. But other living things need air and water to survive. And then they reproduce and they respond to changes and all of this that we know from our previous chapters. So, is air matter then? The question is out there. Can you answer yes or no? Well, how do we define? Just like living things, we know they need to survive with air, food, and water. They need, or they respond to living, or they respond to changes. What else? They reproduce, and then we know it's a living thing. Some characteristics to define them. So we will need some characteristics to define matter as well. And if they fit this characteristic or the definition, then we can consider that matter. So is air matter? Well, we will find out when I give you the definition of matter. Now, we have invisible and visible matter as well. Does matter always have to be visible? Is it something that you can see, then you can call it matter? Or can we call invisible things like air matter as well? So that's just another way of asking you the same question I asked you earlier. So the answer is...
Okay, this is the definition, okay, of matter. Matter, right, is anything that occupies space and has mass, okay?
So matter means it's an object that occupies space and has mass.
Yes, anything that has mass. There are two criteria, okay? Anything that has mass and occupies space. Occupies, you can use the phrasal verb takes up. Okay?
Okay.
Next, let's just follow up. Okay, so what exactly is mass and what exactly is what do you mean by take up space, has volume. So occupies or takes up space. Another way to word it is has volume. Okay, all these terms can be used interchangeably lah. Okay, has mass means, okay, we're going to look at what mass means later on, but takes up space is equals to has volume, yeah. Okay, once you're done writing, just say so, then I can continue, all right?
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, very good, Mani. So let's continue.
Air is matter because it has mass and it occupies space.
So air occupies space and has mass, but can you see air around us?
No.
Okay,
It is
good.
the invisible matter.
It's an invisible form of matter, and of course, many forms of matter that we can see. They're all forms of matter. Yeah. So matter doesn't mean it has to be something that you can see. Matter can be invisible, like air, gases. Okay. So let me just write down another one. Matter. Let me just insert another text box. Or invisible. Okay, write this down. Okay, matter can be visible or invisible.
Are trees matter?
Are what?
Are trees matter?
Of course, trees, they occupy space and they have mass. Therefore, they are matter. Okay, so we're going to look at examples of non-matter, okay, to exercise this learning. Okay, let's just finish the video first, yeah.
These are the two characteristics that define matter, and all that we're going to study in this chapter is going to revolve around these two things. You test for mass, and you test for if it occupies space, and you can classify it as matter, right? So what else occupies space and has mass? Let's look at air first. Does it have mass and occupy space? Some of you saying yes, some of you say no. Have you weighed air before? Well, you go try. Put in a lot of air in a bag, which you do in a balloon as well. Well, what's the weight of the balloon without the air, and what's the weight of the balloon after you put the air? There's some difference then. Air.
Okay, so let's skip to certain parts of the video just to prove this point. Let me show you a YouTube video to find out what exactly takes up space mean. Okay, it's easy to talk about it, but in science, especially in PSLE, many times you need to determine the volume or the amount of space an object occupies. So let me just show you a YouTube video on matter occupying space. Give me a minute, let me prepare the video.
Okay.
Okay. Air occupies space. Okay, this video, you can find this video on YouTube, no problem. Okay, just remember this teacher's face, okay? And you just click in the search, okay, air occupies space. This is a video to show us that matter occupies space. Okay, it's easy to say that, oh, space occupies space. It's just like if the car is full or if the lift is full, you can tell people, oh, sorry, there's no space. No, please, no, don't enter, don't squeeze in anymore. But many times in PSLE questions, you need to see examples or experiments like this to really know what exactly space means, okay? What it means to take out space, yeah? Can you hear the video? Okay.
Hi, I'm Michael Despezio, and today I want to explore how the next generation science standards addresses the concept of matter taking up space. And remember, that's found in many of the grade bands. It's a basic concept that students need to understand. Well, one way of introducing that is through a demonstration. And in fact, as you're watching this demo, you might see how it might be re-engineered into a student-directed activity. But more on that later. For the activity, all you will need is a sheet of paper, just like that, and a see-through plastic cup, and a bowl, perhaps 2/3 filled with water. First step is to take that sheet of paper and crumple it up into a ball, and insert that into the cup just like this. Then, before inserting the cup into the water, ask the students, what do they think might happen to that paper if I place the cup into the water? Many will respond that the paper is going to get wet. But
okay, Mani, have you tried this experiment or done something similar before?
Actually, I've never done any experiments before in my school. We only did like mold experiments, that's it.
Okay, Ken. So this is something very simple that you can even do at home, correct? We have cups, glass cups, anything that's transparent, and then of course tissue paper, correct? So before he does the experiment, why don't you guess? So what will happen to the paper? Will it get wet?
I don't think so, because the air will stop the water from entering. Because every time I shower, I try the bucket to push in, but when I pull out, it will be like a bit heavy to lift up.
Very good.
Because it will be tilted like a sand castle.
Yes. Okay, very observant student, yeah. So, just how you mentioned that you don't think water will enter because air occupies space inside. Very good. Okay, so let's just finish the video to confirm, okay?
But don't tell them the answer. They need to observe and discover what happens on their own, and so they can apply critical thinking skills to a very discrepant event. Here, let's watch what happens. Great. Take a look at the bottom of the cup. You might even be able to see the water line.